dolphins and penguins, it's Teacher Bernadette again, and welcome back for yet another fun art activity. Now today's art activity we're going to do over 2 days. So today and tomorrow you're going to finish it, because some things have to dry and it's a little bit tricky. So you can't cut it when it's a little bit wet, otherwise you might just tear the paper. So we're going to do this one over 2 days. We're going to make our own camp lantern. And I'm sure you've all seen something like this. Normally it's, you know, glass with a little piece of string where the fire can burn. Sometimes it's used to chase mosquitoes away, but ours is just going to be there to look pretty, and so you can use it in your tent. We obviously can't use real fire because it is paper and we don't want it to burn. We don't want to burn our beautiful art away. So we're just going to make beautiful lanterns. So the first step, not the first step, I need to tell you what we're going to use first. All you need is a blank piece of paper and a paintbrush, but like I said, if you have an old makeup brush, it works absolutely wonderfully. You're going to need some crayons. You don't need that today. Tomorrow. You're going to need some food coloring. I'm using blue because that's all I have, and yellow, but I prefer blue. So you can use any food coloring. You need the tiniest amount, but parents, please do this for your own sake, because the stains, and you do not want your entire house being the color of whatever food coloring is chosen. And you're going to need a tiny bit of water just to dilute the food coloring a little bit, and so that it lasts longer as well. So our first step is to take your paper and to fold it long ways. So you, and yes, I mean you, penguin, dolphin or whale, can do this. You are just going to flatten it. Make sure that when you flatten it, the two sides are touching each other, and then you just make the ends flat. If you want to make sure it's neat, ask mommy and daddy to help you do it, but I want you to do it. Okay, and now you're just gonna fold it open again. It's as easy as that. Now the fun part begins. You are gonna take your crayons and make any pattern you want. You can scribble, you can make shapes, you can draw pictures, you can do absolutely anything you want. You can even use white crayon. I recommend using white crayon because it looks super cool when you paint it. So you can take any crayons you want. Oops, that's also for tomorrow. And you can just make patterns. As you see, I made some scribbles, some triangles, some circles. I even made some hearts, some bubbles, and just some lines. Okay, so you can do absolutely anything you want. So for here, I'm gonna start with the scribble. Because you know what? Sometimes, actually a lot of times, scribbling is just loads and loads of fun. Especially if you're feeling a little bit angry or a little bit bored. It is great, because then you can just go and you can scribble and press really hard and get all your anger out if you need to, and if you have any, or if you're really happy, you can just, you know, color in your happy. And if you want to choose a color to go with your emotion, do that. So if you use red, you can either be angry or you can feel loved. Okay. Some snakes. Let's see. Let's make some circles. Now you don't need to color in your patterns or your circles or anything you do. It's not necessary. But sometimes it can be fun, because, you know, it's fun to see how it'll turn out. Let's do some little black dots every now and then. Because, you know, dots are fun. You can make dots happy. You can add them into empty spaces if you need to. Dots are great space fillers. Now you'll see that I am leaving a lot of empty white space. And you'll see why. So now this is where Mom and Dad come in. Please do roll up your sleeves and, you know, don't wear anything you like. Try maybe an old t-shirt because it's going to be necessary. Okay, so you're going to use a little bit of water just to make sure your food coloring goes a long way. I'm just using a little lid. I have no particular feelings about this lid, so just, you know, take a little bowl that you don't need to keep or to be nice about. Be careful when you open this because your fingers will stain, so just, you know, be aware. And now you're gonna just drop in a little bit of food coloring. So that it looks really cool. You're gonna mix it. You can use your paintbrush to mix it. It is gonna be a little bit better to use a big paintbrush for this activity, but obviously if you don't have one, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So now the fun part and the magic is gonna happen. You're gonna take your paintbrush and just dip it into your new magic mixture. And you are just going to glide it over. Now you see where I did the white? You can still see where I scribbled, because that is the beauty of this magic paint. Now the only problem with this painting is that your pages do curl. So if you can, just flatten it with a few things. If you can, like I said, you don't have to because you can always uncurl it when it's dry. And you know, you risk things like that happening. So I'm just gonna put some glue to just keep it down. And I'm gonna finish painting. Now the idea is happening. So I'm just gonna put some glue to just keep it down. And I'm gonna finish painting. Now the idea is to make it nice and watery so that your paper essentially starts to crumple a little bit, as if it's just a bit too wet, but it's not quite. That way you know that every part of the white paper will be well covered. Okay, and again, just so that it doesn't curl too much, I'm going to do that. And that is that for today, because now this has to dry, and it does take a few hours. But that's it, and tomorrow we are going to finish making our legs. I hope you are excited, and I hope to see absolutely beautiful patterns on your amazing lanterns. Bye guys!